Age structure describes how a population is divided into age groups. This could mean how many children, working-age adults, or elderly people live in an area. For example, a country with a young population will have a large number of people under the age of 15. That country will need more schools and pediatric health care. In contrast, a country with an aging population will need more hospitals, retirement homes, and caregivers. Sex ratio compares the number of males to females in a population. It is usually shown as the number of males for every 100 females. In most populations, the ratio is close to 100 to 100, but some regions may have more men or more women due to migration, cultural practices, or war. For example, in some countries, young men may migrate to cities for work, leaving behind a rural population with more women. Changes in sex ratio can affect marriage patterns, birth rates, and labor force participation. For example, if the men in a society go off to war, there may be a decline in birth rates and marriages, and more women may enter traditionally male-dominated professions during the war. These patterns, age structure, and sex ratio can be studied at different scales, such as global, national, or local levels. A national government might use this data to plan healthcare policy, while a city might use it to decide where to build schools or retirement centers. At every scale, population composition gives us insight into the needs, challenges, and future trends of a place. Now let's look at the population pyramid. A population pyramid is a special kind of graph that shows the number of people in each age group divided by sex. Males are shown on one side and females on the other, with age groups stacked from youngest at the bottom to oldest at the top. The shape of the pyramid reveals how a population is changing over time. There are three major uses of population pyramids. They help geographers assess population growth, identify population decline, and predict future markets for goods and services. Let's go through each one. First, population pyramids are used to assess growth. A pyramid with a wide base and narrow top shows that a population has many children and fewer older people. This means the population is growing quickly. Countries with this shape usually have high birth rates and may be in earlier stages of development. Governments in these places may need to invest in education, child health care, and future job creation. Second, population pyramids can show population decline. A pyramid that is narrow at the base and wider in the middle or top shows fewer children being born. This means the population is aging and may shrink over time. Countries with this shape may face challenges such as labor shortages and higher costs for elderly care. Understanding these patterns helps leaders plan for the long-term needs of the population. Finally, population pyramids help predict markets. The shape of the pyramid shows what kinds of goods and services will be needed. For example, a country with many teenagers might see high demand for schools, sports gear, and entry-level jobs. A country with many elderly people might need more healthcare services, retirement housing, and medications. Businesses use this information to decide where to expand, and governments use it to plan for future services. Okay, now I want to give you two things to help prep you for the exam. First is a checklist that goes over everything you need to know for AP Human Geography really fast. Read through it and highlight anything you don't know yet for further study. Second, I'll send you some free response practice questions so you can get some exam-style practice. You can grab both from the link in the description. This video has been a snippet from my full 5-hour course review that'll get you exam ready. Click the video on the screen to watch the whole thing.